Back in Jamaica, jazz and soul started to become a big influence in their music, and with that came R&B from the US.
Jamaican music is a constant, evolving, deeply spiritual and global influential tradition. That means Jamaican music is the one that is influencing the global music or the global industry. The history of Jamaican music is at stake. Yeah. I've seen videos, people questioning the extinction or how Jamaican music started. Personally, I was thinking Jamaican music is influenced most by African roots and, all of that. But I've seen stories where some are saying it is Jamaican music was influenced by by Black Americans. Okay, it's the right statement, yeah? Influenced by Africans and a lot of saying influenced by Black Americans. But let me tell you something. Black Americans and Jamaicans, sometimes they are crashing. I want you to see this video where they're explaining how Jamaican music came into power, and then we go react on it as we do always. Don't forget to comment. Tell me in the comment section, where did Jamaican music come from?
We're going to be like the Impressions, because that's all they listen to most of the time. You go to the studio and you would find them listening to Curtis Mayfield, James Brown, and listening. Then Coxon would bring us a pile of records from America. And to us that was, woo, we're listening to American music,
In February 1966, Bob Marley made the first of many trips to Delaware, where his mother had moved a few years before. He went there to raise money to start his own record label. He worked for about 8 months, sweeping floors in the DuPont Hotel. On later trips, he did things like working on the night shift of a Chrysler factory. During that time, he was exposed to the civil uprisings in America. He saw things firsthand where he lived. He saw the television reports every night of the brutality going on around the United States, and that had a profound influence on the kind of writing he did.
Yes, it's very clear if you listen to early Wailers music that the black music in the Black American community was extremely influential. We had a struggle that, included our writers, our performers, and the people. It was a whole movement, and I have no doubt that Bob and perhaps the whole of Jamaica listened, heard, and was inspired by what they saw happening here musically and otherwise.
Back in Jamaica, jazz and soul started to become a big influence in their music, and with that came R&B from the US.
At the time it was rhythm and blues. Well, Jamaica plays most American stations. They couldn't pick up English station because we're near America. So all the music we're hearing all the time was always American music.
This is because following World War II, many Jamaicans regularly traveled into southern states of the US on seasonal farm work. This is where they encountered Americans holding block parties playing jazz, soul and R&B from speaker boxes. Jamaicans living in the ghettos of Kingston would have financially found it difficult to obtain new music or see any live gigs at the time. Due to the demand and the lack of live music, three gentlemen took the initiative to supply and play recorded music to parties and dance halls in downtown Kingston. Count Goody, Count Nicholas and Tom Wong. Tom Wong was a hardware store owner. He would take the music and the equipment to play music at block parties every Friday and Saturday. The crowd loved him, giving him his name.
I'm calling Tom, you are a great man, and clapping him. So my friend just called and said, you are a great man. I want to call you to great Sebastian, and that name falls on him from that night.
This would become the start of a whole new subculture within the music world, beginning in Jamaica, thus bringing the community together. One day, Tom's car needed a tire change, and luckily a guy called Shine Shoes Vinny was there to help. For his assistance, Tom gave this gentleman the opportunity to become the selector, the specialist in choosing what tracks to play.
R&B music, because we're always being influenced by the Impressions, all them soul R&B groups.
Listen to a Dionne Warwick song and try to sing it exactly as Dionne did it. If you are a group, you try to study the Supremes, Martha Reeves and the Vandellas. If there was a group who comes from abroad to our shores, we would want to go and see them because they have something to teach us.
You have heard what they said. The lady has spoke on these videos. Most of them are saying that the Jamaican music was being shaped by Black American. So let's learn something about Jamaican music and how it came to pass, the extinction of Jamaican music, because everyone across Africa, everyone across the nation, across the world love Jamaican music. And Jamaican music has shaped a lot their extinction in the face of the world, because we know Jamaica in Kenya, in Africa, because of their music. And we always say nobody can stop reggae. We all say, we sing Vibes Cartel have come out of prison, release their music, and Kenya are singing along. Conscious, name them. Shensea, name them. So we know a lot about Jamaica because of their music. Bob Marley, culture, a lot of reggae musicians who came from Jamaica. But history of Jamaican music is rich, dynamic, and deeply influential because it has a wide range of styles reflecting the island diverse culture influence, including African, European, and indigenous Caribbean elements. Okay, so Jamaican music, we had folk music in pre-90s, 1900s. Enslaved Africans brought to Jamaica by Europeans, colonizers played a crucial role in shaping the island musical heritage. This is from the African roots, like traditional African drumming, rhythms, and call and response music. That call and response singing became foundation of many Jamaican music forms. Okay? And that came from African roots. In the late 19th century, mento, there's something we call mento, often considered Jamaican first popular music style, emerged. It blended African rhythm with European elements, like we call what? The church hymns. Do you know church hymns, director? Yeah, church hymns. I don't know one. Yeah, church hymns. I don't know one. Please pray for me. So we call mento, and they were fused by African roots and European roots, and they came up with something like church hymns. Okay, so and acoustic and danceable folk music. What I've seen here is in a previous video that I did about Jamaican food culture, where these two, Miss Neto and Charles, were speaking about Jamaican culture food, I talked about Jamaican culture, how it came. And we saw that Jamaican culture was fusion of Africa, Asian, name it, Indian, Chinese, African, and European, came together, Spanish, they came together, and they came out with a very sweet food culture. And here, even in music, the fusion of these, like this one, hymns, fusion of European and African roots, came out with a very, very good music for, we call folk music. Folk music is like here, the music that we sing long time ago. Mama nechere, nechenjangira, chinjanjanja, folk music. In 1950s, the rise of mento and jazz influence, okay? Mento grew popularity during the 1950s, often featuring instruments like the banjo, guitar, maracas, and the rumba box. Artists like Lord Flea and Count Lasher gained popularity by recording mento track. Now, the rise of American jazz and R&B had significant influence on Jamaican musicians during this period, leading to the emerge of local sound system culture characterized by DJs playing records on powerful sound systems. So we are getting Jamaican music is the influence of a lot, not only European, as we say. In 1960s, we had ska and rocksteady. That's in the late 1950s and 1960s. A fusion of mento, jazz, and rhythm and blues evolved into ska, the music called ska. Now, ska is an upbeat with a walking bass line, horn sections, and guitar or piano rhythms. You get that? The period is marked by founding of Studio One, a legendary recording studio. Now, ska became international famous with artists like Scatterlights, Prince Busta Rhymes. Prince Busta. Busta is the same as Busta Rhymes, but Prince Busta and Toots and the Mitals. Those were the people who became famous with this ska music. In the mid 1960s, ska began to slow down and rocksteady emerged around 1966. I'm giving this history of music of Jamaica because we don't want to be confused by one side only. You know, now we have as one side only that Jamaican music was influenced by Black American, or Jamaican music was influenced by rock and jazz. But we want to get all positions how Jamaican's music started. In 1977, we had something we call the birth of reggae. Reggae was born in 1970s, and this is what has been the best to have from Jamaica. Now, late 1960s and early 1970s, the music of rocksteady style evolved into reggae, which had a slow rhythm, heavy bass, and offbeat guitar, you know. Reggae is deeply tied to the social and political context of Jamaica, with themes of resistance, Rastafarianism, and African identity. So as we see here, reggae music evolved from ska to rocksteady, now to reggae music. Bob Marley and the Wailers became international sensation, international icons of reggae. Marley music was filled with the message of peace, love, and social justice. This made reggae music go around the world, very popular around the world, because he was preaching about love, you know, peace, talking about social injustice, and a lot of people were buying that music because it was talking of what they are going through. So a lot of people, they were too deep in this music of reggae, the music of Marley. During 1970s, we had a subgenre in reggae. It was called dub. Dub was pioneered by producers like King Tubby and Lee. Again, in 1980s, we came with something called dancehall music and digital revolution. Now, this was in early 1970s or late 1970s and early 1980s. Reggae gave birth to dancehall. In 1990s, dancehall became more polished and even more popular, with a star like Buju Banton, star like Bounty Killer, star like Beanie Man, a lot of them, star like Lady Soul dominating the scene of dancehall. Now, dancehall was a popular and a very significant influence in global pop, hip-hop, and electronic music, and its rhythm were adapted by international artists. So the international artists adapted the rhythm of dancehall, not the other way around. In 2000s to present, expansion of global impact, the music of Jamaica evolved, and we have the people like St. Paul and Shaggy, especially noted on bringing dancehall to mainstream. Now, dancehall was brought to mainstream. Musicians and the people who are into music, they know what we mean about mainstream. So we heard something like reggaeton, a gene from Puerto Rico. You know that, Puerto Rico. And we had something like roots revival when we had someone like Chronics. You know Chronics. We had something like a Coffee, you know. So music evolved, and that's why we have the music of Jamaica. That's why music of Jamaica is so sensational, because it has been evolving, but where it got its energy, it was in 1970s, the birth of reggae, and Bob Marley played a bigger role in shaping the culture of music in Jamaica. It's not that he was the one who gave life to Jamaican music, no, but he is the one who brought life. But too, dancehall became a sensation. The people like Buju Banton, who are even now, they brought life. Simple, Biniman are the people most of them played a bigger part in bringing live music of Jamaica into mainstream. And even right now, you can go back and look for music of reggae in 1970s and 1960s, name it. So Jamaican music has been deeply with the country's social culture and political life. Okay? Jamaican music is being shaped by the culture, political life, and social of the people of Jamaica. For example, Rastafarianism and Afrocentric spiritual and social movement has been particularly significant, especially within reggae. Okay? Because when you hear about reggae music, you hear about the African something, people talking about Africa, African unite, talking about the motherland, you name it. So Jamaica has been influenced a vast array of genres worldwide, including hip-hop, punk, rock, reggaeton, and electronic music. Sound system culture laid the groundwork for modern DJing and remix culture. Jamaican-born or influenced musician producers and styles continue to shape music on a global scale. In short, Jamaican music is a constant, evolving, deeply spiritual and global influential tradition. That means Jamaican music is the one that is influencing the music of the global music or the global industry. For example, in Kenya, Kenyan musicians are deeply influenced by Jamaica. Nigeria have borrowed a lot from Jamaica. Hip-hop, name it, influenced by Jamaicans. So what do you tell me? Why are you telling me Jamaicans' music is being influenced by Black Americans' music? I don't know about that part, but what I'm trying to say, Jamaican music is being formed deeply by the culture, Africanism, Europeanism, name it, and they come together and build something good for the people. And it has been evolving from folk music, rocksteady, reggae, dancehall. Now we have revived dancehall, reggaeton, and a lot of African music come from Jamaica. Reggaeton played a bigger role in Uganda music, Kenyan music. You hear here in Kenya, people are saying, I'm a reggaeton music. Can you sing for me? Abina raganaga bina lakashong. Whoo! Abina laga. All coming from Jamaica. All coming from Jamaica. When you hear Nigerian music, when you hear Burna Boy, when you hear Wizkid, Abena City Boys, whoa, 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 okay. All of them is being influenced by Jamaica. But come to think of it, Jamaicans are from Africa. So a lot of music is come from African roots. And that's where it started. African roots is where it started. Folk music, church hymns. That's where the music of Jamaica started. So I don't have a lot to say about that because I'm not the expert of music in Jamaica, but just studying here and there. So I want to tell everyone who is trying to put Jamaican music into scale to know that Jamaican music started from African roots. Folk music, the church hymns, the Christmas songs, up to where they are right now. And right now they are more influential. They are shaping the music of Africa, the music of the world. I don't have a lot to say, but if you are watching this video and you know more about music, tell me in the comment section, how did Jamaican music came into life? Why are some people saying that Jamaican music is being shaped by Black American? I know Black Americans sing more of hip-hop, R&B, and as I have tell you, R&B and hip-hop were influenced from Jamaican music. So that's it. I know I don't know a lot in that music part, but I want you to comment on the comment section. Tell me. And you can follow me direct on kenyanbeast1@gmail.com, or we can talk one-on-one on WhatsApp. You know, just talking like, let's not put Jamaican music into scale. Okay? African unite. Unite for your rights. Jamaican music, by the way, the reggae music was talking about social life, was talking about political life. We need change, we need peace, we need, let's unite. And like now music, as Bunju Baton was saying, is that today's music does not say anything about political life and social life. Like for example, Gen Z were protesting in Kenya, in Nigeria, in Ghana, but there's no music that was supporting or was talking about it. But if it was reggae music or saying that black people have come together, ding, 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 let's show peace, love, and harmony, ding, 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 singing what's happening. There could be music singing, influential music like Adani has gone, Adani toka, music that is teaching people the way of life. But right now I've seen music of our favorite Vibes Cartel. The first music he has released when he came out of prison, it was like, "Mefaka mother in a prison grill. Mefaka sister in a prison grill." What is that? Yeah, singing music like, I ham with your mother in a prison grill. I ham with your sister in a prison grill. What kind of music is good music? Is revived dancehall music, very good music, but does not play a part in the social life. For example, right now, Jamaica is in election period. I think Vibes Cartel will come with something with, let's, and by the way, Vibes Cartel is on the opposition. It will come with something that to play with, we have seen a lot. Let's have change in political. Let's do this. The first music of Vibes Cartel from prison was the comet is coming. Boom, boom. The comet is coming. Maybe like our mother in the prison grill. I don't know. Cut that thing. Until next episode, peace be with you.